think it's quite huge research. Maybe you should think over it from practical point of view, whether you can manage to explore everything or not, one thing. Second is the theory you are using. You should also justify why you are using those theories. That it's not necessary to show that you know many things, right? So while the questions, for example, you want to explore, the main theme of your research is the resource mobilization at local level. Whether the local governance is able to mobilize resources. For mobilizing the resources by local governance, maybe first of all the local governance should need some kind of, you say you want to explore the policy, you want to review, but why you review? Maybe you want to see whether the policy or the decentralized authority may helpful to generate more resources, or whether they can generate resources, whether the law ensure the local bodies that those resources are that can be generated by the local bodies, or there is sometime struggle or quarreling between the sharing of the resources, whether the resources goes to the central treasury or whether it remains within the domain of the local bodies. There is also some quarreling. Maybe for this, what you do is, from the legal point of view, say in our case is this Local Self-Governance Act and this Fiscal Decentralization Act. Those acts specifically specify these are the local resources that can be mobilized at local level. That's why you have to select those. You have to whether those provisions applied in the local body context, like DDC context, that they are able to generate the resources. Maybe one issue could be like that. Second is, you said this potentiality of the resources. Maybe potentiality is everywhere, even though there is no potentiality. You see, if the flood is there, our DDC charges for the wooden stones, sands, more flooding, more destroy, more resource mobilization, for example. No, this potentiality is everywhere. Don't do like that. Our act has specified, say those 4 type of resources like natural resources. Okay, which of the resources which is specified in our act, which of the resources are mobilized more? Right? Maybe from that perspective, instead of potential is very big. If road is constructed, then they use this some kind of enforce for collecting the taxes. So that is another one we want to look for, right? So what you do is, which are the resources that is specified as for mobilizing, for the collection of the collection at local level, you have to identify and which resources are collected more. Why? Maybe you have to go from that way. And another one is, you are talking more about this capacity of the district. Maybe how you measure the capacity, this structure and the human resource, right? I don't think how you relate whether more expanded structure they have and they could able to collect the resources, or whether more trained or more human resources in the organizations, those organizations. No? Okay, I will give you.
No, just take
That
it.
will be a little bit difficult for you to concretize or show the relationship there. Another one is this people's participation. Who are people? Are they the associations or are they the individual people? Are they every single taxpayer or are they associations? If you go to the law, this Local Self-Governance Act, then in that case, maybe NGOs or say users group. If to generate more resources, the more users group the DTC created, the more they generate the resources, because for just getting some kind of resources at the local level or at the groups level, they have to arrange, they have to collect some kind of matching fund. Matching fund is also a kind of local resource mobilization, right? So maybe this also you have to define instead of people's participation or how you use the word. Then your objective is also you have to reframe it. Like for example, the review the fiscal decentralization policy. There is no use. There is no point. Why do you review? What is the use? Maybe what do you do? Sometimes I want to. If I were you, I write like this to examine how the decentralization policy help to mobilize local resources. Like this, you reformulate your those objectives as well as you in the dependent side variable, you want to go quite detailed to the tax and non-tax resources. Maybe you don't need to go that details inside this tax and non-tax resources. Maybe what you do is from total volume, whether it is tax or non-tax, better you explain the local resources is defined like that instead of this the government central allocations and donations from the donors is not included in the resource mobilization. So you define there, and maybe this is not necessary to go details with tax and non-tax. It is not necessary. Then maybe I would suggest you make the more precise instead of catching up. And regarding this methodology, selection of the districts, your unit of analysis are 2 districts, right? Maybe the highest one who is performing and the lowest one who is performing. Maybe your justification would be why the one district is performing very well and why the other district is performing low. Based on that, maybe you can analyze the institutional capacity, maybe you can analyze their resource mobilization capacity, like that. Your justification should be like that. And those respondents, these LTOs, planning officer, account, etc., they are the key informant actually, as Bush also told about it. I think for the time being, I would remain here and Professor Salahuddin here, maybe because he has also a number of researches on this issue, I know. So I would like to hand over the mic, one who is interested first.
Necessary to discuss in this meeting issues?